Hello Gemini, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your love reading for the second half of August from the 16th all the way through the 31st. General advice as always, guys, so please keep that in mind throughout your reading and take from it what makes sense for you personally and release the rest. I'll be pulling from these 4 decks to get things started. The Arrows of Love Oracle by Mystic Moon, the Heart and Soul Whispers of Love by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot, and then we'll grab some cards from the Truth Deck Soulmate Edition by Pretty Spirits, and I'll also be grabbing some dialogue messages from my HEARTSPACE Oracle deck, as well as some additional decks here as the reading continues. Alright guys, so we'll be starting off with current energies for the connection, whoever it is that you are thinking about. Alright, so here we are. Let's see what the opening message is here, Gemini, as we enter into the second half of the month. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. All right, here we go. We are starting off with Secure Love Nest. So that's actually a really nice card. We also have Perfect Match right next to that. Let's grab another card here. Look at this. We've got The Real Deal. That's actually a really nice group of cards. And then we have Trials of Love, lessons perhaps that you have learned on your journey in this lifetime when it comes to your romantic partnerships. And maybe there's also somebody here that you really do feel this is the real deal. You've found the one for you. You've found somebody that is perfectly matched up for you. Some of you guys might already share a home together. You know, this love nest could actually be where you guys share a home. You know, whatever is keeping you guys together at this point in time could also be very secure and comfortable. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what else we can tap into as far as the current energies for your connection. I'll be pulling from my Valentine Connection Tarot here. But we've got some lessons that need to be learned here. Hopefully they have been learned, Gemini. If not, maybe you're still in the process of learning these lessons tied into your romantic life. Okay. Or you could also be directed onto this path where you find your perfect match if you have yet to learn those lessons. So let's see what the tarot messages are bringing forward here for the current energies when it comes to your love life, love connections for Gemini. Okay, so we've got the 9 of Wands, which makes sense for me considering the Trials of Love card that has presented itself. Even though you've been through some ups and downs in your love life, you know, we do have this dark cloud right here, and then we've got the sun that will eventually start shining on you once again. We've got the heart here that's healing. Okay, so maybe you've experienced situations where you were hurt, where you were wounded, where you ended up getting your heart broken. And so it makes sense for me too with the 7 of Wands coming right next to that, because this for me is you protecting your heart, especially if you've experienced heartbreak, disappointments through these trials of love, the lessons that you've learned, right? So let's see what else we can see here for Gemini. Look at this. I love how the 4 of Wands, this twin flame card, is right next to that perfect match. All right, so maybe you had to experience disappointments in love in order to also experience the triumphs of love through these trials, through these lessons, because this right here could also ultimately represent your perfect match in this lifetime, whoever this is. If you guys are in separation at this point in time, maybe there's more lessons that need to be learned during this time apart. It could also be the other person that's protecting their heart. If they don't want to get hurt, maybe you're both in that same type of energy, you know, because this right here could also be a reunion between 2 people who are estranged and in separation. It's a very happy occasion. It could be future marriage for some of you. It could be future reconciliations and reunions. So it actually could be a much more established, stronger foundation for the 2 of you It may not be that way right now, but, you know, it can lead towards that direction. And then we do have the Ten of Pentacles. Your finances could be looking up at this point in time as well. Gemini, that might be really good for you. So maybe career-wise, finances, job-wise, that looks excellent. Ten of Pentacles, believe it or not, when it comes to a love reading, it's the same type of energy as a perfect match. So this is telling you here, even though you've experienced dark clouds and not so good days in love and romance, that sun will come out again, which, you know, of course, in tarot, the sun is joyful. It's very positive energy. There's a reason to celebrate. And here's the celebration right here with that Four of Wands. It also represents the 1111 number in tarot. So if you happen to be seeing that time or that number, that's telling you perhaps, Gemini, that you're actually finally on the right path. You could even have a wish that can manifest here. Okay, not only in regard to your finances and career, but certainly when it comes to love. All right, let's see what else. You've got the Six of Wands. So I've also noticed there's a lot of wands here. Okay, so this is fiery energy. And you could also have fire in your chart, of course. So we're looking at Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Or your person certainly could have fire in their chart. But this right here, you know, right next to the Trials of Love and Lessons card, and it's right next to the Six of Wands, this right here is telling us, Gemini, that you can be very successful on this journey, even though you, again, have experienced disappointments or heartbreak in your life, as well as tower moments right here. You know, sometimes in order to experience the good, you had to have had experiences with the not so good, and that represents this tower moment that you might have experienced in your life. And the way I see that, even though it might have been a very difficult experience, it's also coming through as lessons learned. And it could also prove to be a blessing in disguise. It doesn't ever feel like it at the time that you're going through it. But, you know, as more time passes, you can look back on it and realize, you know what? That was actually really good for me. Okay, so that's a part of the current energies that are coming through here for you, Gemini. All right, so let's go ahead and continue to focus on your person here and see what their innermost thoughts are about the connection. So I'll be pulling from the Heart and Soul Whispers of Love to get things started. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. What else do we need to know? Let's see. I'm finally getting my life together. Okay, so that's really good. This is someone who's worked on themselves. Okay. You could also be feeling that way for how you're resonating with that message. Maybe you've also worked on your life, whether that's career, your mental state, your heart space, however way you see that. And then this one says, damn, I'm so sexually attracted to you. That could be mutual, or that certainly is how they're feeling about you. And we also have, I really do love you. Okay, so that's what this person really wants to convey to you. This is a part of their innermost thoughts about the connection. Okay, that they are still very drawn to you. The attraction clearly is there. They've worked really hard to be able to finally address maybe certain issues in their life, to get their life in order, and the love is still there. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some additional messages from the Truth Deck Soulmate Edition. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. All right. We do have this codependency card coming forward, so take that if it makes sense. Maybe this person is directing some sort of codependent vibe towards you. Okay, let's see what else. And then, look at this, we have a yes response. And it's interesting because towards the end of this reading, we're going to give you guys the opportunity to ask particular questions, whether it's related to love, career, anything that you want to ask. And we'll be grabbing some yes, no responses along with some time frames here. So definitely stick around to the end if that's something that you want to participate in. We have a yes answer, and we're focusing on the person that's either thinking of you or you're thinking of them. It goes both ways. And they're telling you here that they still love you. That could be the clarification that you have been wanting to hear about. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some clarifying messages here with some tarot. I'll be pulling from my TANIELU tarot. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. What else do we need to know at this point in time? I'm also feeling that this person has struggled to detach, to let go of you. They still feel drawn to you, clearly sexually drawn to you. All right, so Gemini, what else? We do have the Seven of Swords here, so there could have been infidelity, betrayals, cheating going on, you know, and they've worked hard to be able to overcome this experience. Maybe you have as well. Okay, so this is clarifying here because of this situation. Somebody decided to walk away. Maybe you did, maybe the other person did, but that didn't stop the love and that didn't stop the attraction that they have towards you. It is coming through that more than likely it's the feminine that decided to break free, to walk away. You know, might have decided to cut the masculine out, but the love is still there. So what we see here right now is you guys are at a stalemate, okay? You guys have this stuck energy coming through, and if you notice, every single one of these cards represents air energy, and that's your own vibe, Gemini. And then we have the Fool card right here. So yes, there's the opportunity for a new beginning, and this new beginning can only happen with either one of you taking some sort of action to make this happen, okay? But there is a fresh new start that is paving the way for you guys to have a new beginning here. And then here we are again with the Six of Wands. So success and victory, that is the energy of that card, okay? It's right there. And so it's coming through twice here, letting you know perhaps that if the two of you were to reconnect, this can actually be a really good partnership still, and it can be a very successful reunion. Okay, so that's what's coming through there. So tapping into messages from their higher self, Gemini, let's go ahead and grab some cards there. All right, so I'll be using my HEARTSPACE Oracle. You could also relate to some of these messages for yourself and what it is that you would want to say to someone that you're thinking about. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. Second half of August. Messages from their higher self. All right. So profanity alert with this card. So it does say, they say it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Who came up with this bullshit? So they don't believe in that concept because they feel that losing you, you know, they haven't gotten over it. And ultimately, maybe that's where that codependency is coming from. We also have, your kiss is the only kiss my lips will ever yearn for. I long to taste you once again. So there's something about the sexual attraction. We've already seen that, okay? And look at the next card. I love your mouth, your lips, your teeth, your tongue, your kiss. So there's something about the kiss, those intimate moments that you guys have shared. And they're, in a way, kind of being territorial here. Whether or not you guys have a second chance or whether you've already moved on to someone else. There's somebody here who still feels very drawn to you. It's almost like they're staking their claim still, you know? So let's go ahead and grab some tarot. I'll be pulling from my Tarot Teacher, the revised edition. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. And if you're feeling any of these sentiments for yourself and how you're feeling about them, if you guys are on the same page, and if you're mirroring each other, which is a very twin flame type energy, okay, you could relate to that too. Wow. All right, let's see what else. For Gemini. So So we've got a reversed death card here. Okay. Some of you guys could also be dealing with a Scorpio. So as you can see, in the reverse, this is resistance to change. Someone's holding on. There's this stagnant energy, you know, which is picking up off of the stalemate vibe of the Two of Swords. They're not in a good place. They could be very depressed. There is this lack of movement, which makes sense. You know, they haven't been able to move on here. They're still really hoping that perhaps you guys can come back together. Here we are again with the Six of Wands. Part of the success and victorious energy that's coming through here, progress that is being made in your life, might have truly something to do with finances and career, you know, and that you're being recognized for something that you're doing right now or have been recognized already. But when it comes to your romantic life, this really keeps telling you repeatedly that maybe if you guys were to give this a second chance, it can be a very successful union. Let's see what else. What else here? So somebody's gained some clarity with that Ace of Swords. It is a breakthrough. Somebody is able to think clearly, knowing what they want, knowing what they need to be able to do here. There's this need for open and honest communication. And there's also this need to cut things and people out. You know, if there were infidelities and trust issues, which we've seen with the Seven of Swords, right? And somebody walking away, either you did or they did. But now you guys have a fresh start, a new opportunity to reconnect. And then you've got the Magician right here. And what's so significant about this, the Magician actually represents your own Gemini energy as well as Virgo. For some of you guys, you could be connecting with a Virgo. So there's the opportunity truly to bring this back together. A rekindled partnership and romance could be a part of your love connection here. And then look at this, you've got the Ten of Cups. So there really is the opportunity for things to work out, for you guys to come back together. There's a very special love connection here. Harmony can be restored. There could be future marriages and engagements here. So whether you see your person as a soulmate or even a twin flame, they still desire you. They still want you. You know, they feel lost without you perhaps. And if you relate to that for yourself, maybe you guys are on the same page. They want that Ten of Cups maybe as much as you do. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we can tap into, focusing on songs and lyrical messages about your connection. I'll be pulling from my Heart Songs of the 90s deck here, and if you're not familiar with the songs, see if you relate to the lyrics. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. All right, here we go. So we'll grab a total of 3 songs. All right, here we go. So the first song, Gemini, is Always by Bon Jovi. So it does say, it's been raining since you left me. Now I'm drowning in the flood. You see, I've always been a fighter, but without you, I give up. Okay? And that could also be, again, referring to the codependency and why someone's really struggling here. It could be a divine masculine that has given up. Okay? Especially since you decided to walk away, perhaps. Divine feminine. Okay, so let's grab a couple more songs here and see what else we can tap into. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. Second half of August. Second song. All right, there we are. As Long as You Love Me by the Backstreet Boys. So both of these songs I really do feel are coming more so from a divine masculine standpoint. So this says, although loneliness has always been a friend of mine, I'm leaving my life in your hands. People say I'm crazy and that I'm blind, risking it all in a glance. And how you got me blind is still a mystery. I can't get you out of my head. Don't care what is written in your history as long as you're here with me. Okay? So this could be confirming for some of you that the divine masculine is feeling very lonely. You guys could have also been really good friends and turn into something more. This is somebody who perhaps needed that clarity in order to see things very clearly, especially if they were, you know, what is the term? Love is blind, right? But they think about you all the time. It clearly says, I can't get you out of my head. All right, so let's grab one more song for the collective, for Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, please. Ooh, we actually have two more songs coming forward. So we have Kiss Me by Sixpence None the Richer. So remember, you guys already ended up getting those cards that we're talking about. Where is it? The kiss. Okay, both of these cards were tapped into that. Your kiss is the only kiss my lips will ever yearn for. And then your kiss. So there's something about that. And then we have a song called Kiss Me. That's really interesting. Okay, so let's look at this last song. I was only going to pull 3, but we have 4 coming forward. So I Live My Life For You. This is by Firehouse. Interesting, again, the reference to fire. All right, so let's read through this one. So, kiss me out of the bearded barley, nightly beside the green, green grass. Swing, swing, swing the spinning step. You wear those shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band, and make the fireflies dance. Silver moon sparkling, so kiss me. So it's about perhaps one of those romantic times that you guys spent together, especially too if you guys enjoyed music or listening to music together or dancing together, and ending that night with a kiss, you know, something like that. And then we have I Live My Life For You. You know you're everything to me, and I could never see the two of us apart. And you know I give myself to you, and no matter what you do, I promise you my heart. I've built my world around you, and I want you to know I need you like I've never needed anyone before. So all of these sentiments that are coming through from this person, Gemini, they really want you to know that, you know, it's almost like they're dedicating their whole existence to you. It's like nothing else matters because you represent everything in their life, everything in their heart. All right, so take that if it makes sense. And if any of these relate to how you yourself are feeling about a particular someone, maybe that's why it's coming through here. It could also be a song that you love or that they love, you know, so whatever the significance is for any of these songs coming through. All right, Gemini, so let's go ahead and give you guys the opportunity now to go ahead and ask your own questions. So I'm going to use 2 of my decks, the Yes, No Oracle, and then we'll clarify with some time frames. I'll be using my Time Traveler Oracle, when you just need to know when. And this is when you just need to know already. All right, so 3 questions. It can be about anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be about your romantic life. It could be about career, finances, your job, friendships, your health. It could also be about family-related matters. It could be about anything. And then we'll tie it up with a time frame. Okay, so if it's not a favorable response or time frame that you're hoping or wishing for, my interpretation of that personally is that it could either be timing is a little bit off for that question or situation, or it could even be your angel guides, the universe, your spirit guides telling you that you're meant to go in a different direction. Something else or someone else is way better suited for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. You can either focus on the question, concentrate on it, meditate on it, or say it out loud. Whatever it is that you're comfortable doing. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. All right, so go ahead and focus on your first question here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. All right, so first response is a no. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a no. So I like to kind of refer to this situation. I did a reading for a client, and one of the questions that they had asked is if their partner was actually cheating on them, and they ended up getting a no response. Okay, so whatever your question is, It may or may not be the answer that you were hoping for. So let's go ahead and grab a time frame here. And just remember, guys, since this is a general reading, these are just possibilities of an answer for your situation as well as a time frame. Nothing's ever written in stone for a general reading. And even a personal reading, you know, those are just possibilities of what we're taking a look at for your love situation or any other situation. All right, so let's grab a time frame. Question number 1. All right. Ooh, look at this. So these two cards might actually be going together, Gemini. It's like, nope, it's not going to happen today. All right, but that doesn't mean it can't happen tomorrow. That doesn't mean it can't happen later on down the line. All right, or you could even find out something today specifically about that question. All right, guys, so if you have a second question, and again, it doesn't necessarily just have to be about romance, let's go ahead and grab an answer there. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. Focusing on your second question, whatever that might be. That's really interesting. So you also ended up getting another no response. And it's interesting too, because this deck, the only thing that's in here are yes cards and no cards, and they're all designed differently. And you ended up getting the same one. Okay, so if these two situations, for example, for some of you, if it's tied in together right now, it's just telling you it's not going to happen right away, or it's just not meant to be. Okay, so we'll grab a time frame for that one. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini for question number 2. A time frame for question number 2. Look at this. Okay, so it might not happen today or even this week, but maybe, as I've mentioned, somewhere down the line. So if there's this sense of urgency to get something to happen, to manifest or come to fruition, it's just not going to happen right away, or at least not within a week from now. Okay? All right, guys, so go ahead and focus on your third question. If you have a third question, angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. All right, so focus on your question. Here we go. Question number 3. Finally, we have a yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a time frame for that third question for the collective. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Gemini. All right. Time frame for question number 3 for Gemini. All right, well, look at that. So September is next month. And in a way, what's come through for your questions, Gemini, again, if there's that sense of urgency, it's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen this week or possibly even next week. So for some of you guys, there could be some significant things that could be coming in for you next month, sometime during the course of the month of September. And maybe the month of September, for some of you guys, it's pretty significant. Could be your person's birth date, or that could have been when you guys met. It could be something truly significant. So however way that stands out for you, that is what's presenting itself here this time. All right, guys, so I'll leave your reading right here, Gemini, for the second half of August. Hopefully there is something here that has really resonated with you when it comes to your situation. And if you are interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box, as well as the action buttons at the end of this video. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in and for spending this time with me, and I will see you guys at a future reading. See you next time.